Asia and the Near East, and he wanted to make the most of this profitable route. When it came to the settled societies that bordered him, he seems to have treated his neighbours not as enemies to be conquered, but as potential future customers. For years now, he had been exchanging diplomatic missions with his neighbours to the west, and in the year 1218, this culminated in the sending of a great trade delegation. This was a caravan of hundreds of Bactrian camels, along with 450 merchants, led by an Indian man named Jafar, who were ordered to head into the west and contact the wealthy empires that existed there, in what is today Iran, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. With them, they brought an enormous wealth of goods to trade, as Juzjani recounts, with perhaps some of his characteristic exaggeration.
Among the rarities and presents that the Genghis Khan sent was a nugget of pure gold as big as a camel's neck. Also, he dispatched 500 camels laden with gold, silver and silks, beaver furs, sable and elegant and ingenious things of China and the desert regions.
This trade delegation was a clear statement of the new empire's power and wealth, all of it looted from the coffers of northern China. It's likely that a large portion of the Mongol elite had invested their treasure in this expedition and had bet heavily on its success. For this reason, Genghis Khan's reputation among the Mongol lords was also at stake. During the cooler autumn months, this trade caravan travelled for several weeks through Mongolia, across the Altai Mountains, and over the grasslands and deserts of what is today Kazakhstan. Finally, in November, they arrived at the border of what was then the largest Muslim kingdom in the world, the Empire of Khwarezm. Khwarezm was a relatively new power. Only a century earlier, it had been a small kingdom, centered on the powerful city of Gulganch in the Khwarezmian oasis. Here, the lands are watered by the two great rivers, Sir Darya and Amu Darya, which flow down from the Tian Shan mountains of Kyrgyzstan and the Pamir mountains north of the Hindu Kush. The oasis cities along these two rivers, Balkh and Bukhara, Samarkand and Merv, were enticing stops after the long weeks on the desert roads, and for centuries they had swelled with wealth from Silk Road trade. With these riches, they had irrigated their arid lands until they bloomed and fed vast and thriving populations. But over the preceding century, the Turkic rulers of Gurganch had formed a fruitful partnership with the nomadic people known as the Kipchaks, and had recently used their powerful cavalry armies to expand into Turkmenistan and Afghanistan, and spilled south into the mountains of Persia. The Khwarezmian Empire was now the largest and wealthiest Muslim power on the planet. The Persian scholar Atamalik Trouvaini records the beauty of this region.
Khwarezm to me is the best of lands. May its rain-giving clouds never be blown away. It was the site of the throne of the souls of the world. Its corners supported the shoulders of the great men of the age. Its mansions were resplendent with every kind of lofty idea, and its regions and districts were so many rose gardens. Such was the state of that country.
The ruler of the new empire of Khwarezm was known as the Khwarezm Shah, and his name was Ala ad-Din.